Good evening and welcome back, space travellers and denizens of the multiverses and everything else that's going on out there. Welcome back, welcome back. And I hope you haven't missed me too much because I haven't been around actually a week and a bit. So I was on holidays and doing stuffs in Wales, which was good fun. For those of you who haven't been watching the streams recently, apologies for the lack of a green screen. As some of you will be aware, I am in a process of well, not yet, but will be moving house, and as a result, things are getting packed up. In fact, I'm coming to the end of my streaming, temporarily, I hasten to add, but coming to the end of my streaming, probably at the end of this month. I know it might squeeze slightly into July, but yes. Apologies for that, or commiserations, or maybe great celebrations. Yes, finally, he's getting off our screens at last. It is a massive happy, I know, but it sort of felt appropriate. I mean, it's just, I mean, it's not anything particular at all that happened. It's just a circle with some things sticking out the back. I mean, any resemblance to any other piece of equipment, living or dead, is entirely coincidental. Anyway, before we get on and do anything even more stupid, let's do the thing, because the thing is the thing, and the thing must be done as always. And I haven't done the thing for at least a week and a half, so I've actually missed the thing. Let's do the thing because well, it's what we do, isn't it? And apologies, I do have a slight sniffle. I've been fighting off a cold for the last week and a bit, and I've meant to get rid of it entirely. So if I'm still going and occasionally sneeze, that's why. Hopefully you can't get a virus through the computer. At least not that type of virus. So fingers crossed it's okay. So apologies in advance. Right, who do we have? We have Eridan Dundragon. Welcome to the chat. First to the chat, in fact, Eridan Dundragon, doing Dundragony things of some nature. We have Wintermeat GB, of course he does, because Wintermeat GB is always here with a word of encouragement and boundless enthusiasms for all things Drew. Orkney Sean is for some reason channeling his Obi-Wan Kenobi this evening. I don't know why, but there we are. Glenn is here as well. Glenn, good to see you, Glenn. Starships, yes, we're always very enthusiastic about starships on this stream. Starships are what we do. Enigma-ish is also here as well. Biffboy81 is here as well. And Pt5, which took me many months to realise that actually rhymed. Is also here as well. Has his boatswain's whistle. Is it boatswain? Bosun whistle, isn't it? Bosun. That sort of thing. I don't know what it means. Does that welcome you aboard the ship or something? I don't know much about nautical terms actually, so maybe somebody can explain. I know it's bosun. Although it's spelt boatswain, it's bosun's whistle, isn't it? That's how you pronounce it. Julia's here as well. Hello, Julia. Good to see you as well. Thank you very much for popping in. Grobo SWE is a new introduction and also says, well, hello there. So we've got two Jedis in the stream. Good to see you, Grobo SWE. Commander Treasure Blue 21 is here. The Harkonnens are here as well. Always good to see the Harkonnens. Fresh, ready to invade a ruckus as ever. Dan is here. Hello, Dan. Good to see you. The architect, the man behind the magic of Starship Simulator is here with us as well. It's always good to see you. And presumably can offer us all sorts of useful technical advice. Big thanks to Claire, by the way, Dan, because she did things on the Discord this afternoon to get my... Hopefully, we'll find out if it works, but hopefully get the copy of the game to actually do what it's supposed to do. Because there's a new demo and there's new stuff, and you'll be able to hopefully be on hand to point us in the right direction of what the new things are. That'd be really good. The Arakises are here, also fighting off the invasions of the Harkonnens. That's always good to see. Myon Toxin is here as well. Who else do we have? I think we're there. Is there anybody here who I haven't mentioned? Little Graham is here as well. Who's nothing about nautical things. That's not how you spell nautical, by the way. Orkney Sean. And pipe to board. Yeah, okay, so Dunn did some dragony things. Yeah, I know. It's kind of, oh, that was on purpose. That was an in-joke by Orkney Sean. Very amusing. Well done. Right. With no further ado, because that's quite enough ado. Now, first things first, I've got to start up the game. Where's my Steam gone? I was thinking, why is it called Steam? Just out of interest. I mean, I never. Steam was one of those things that I didn't really understand what it was until for a long, long time, and then I realised it was sort of like a library of games. But it's obviously a bit more than just a library of games, because I'm guessing it does other stuff as well, other than just say, please buy me, please buy, please buy more games. But why is it called Steam? Seems a really old-fashioned sort of phrase to use for something that presumably is relatively high-tech. I don't know. Oh, is it Valve Corp? First time chat from NoPill3OS. Valve. So Valve Steam. Is that where that's coming from? On porpoise, surely. Comes out of your ears when it crashes. Steampunk, maybe. It's a big pile of bad games. Stop calling me. I don't know. Maybe we'll never find out. Right, let me press this button with fingers crossed. Now I've relegated myself to the top of the screen, because without my green screen on, beginning anyway. Now is this? Oh, there it goes. Look at that. Right, now I have started the demo version. Now, Dan, if you're still there, can you? Am I running the right thing? Is the first question. Why haven't we got any sound? Oh, we have got some sound. There we are. I didn't have the mouse. I am on the right version. Okay, so now I understand. First things first. I understand that we've got multiplayer potentialities or multiplayer. Try to come away. Do I have to host a game, or shall I join an existing game? I mean, and are there people out there who've got the demo potentially in the chat that fancy joining in? I know Orkney Sean was mentioning it earlier on, so I'm hoping that maybe some of the crew can join the crew, as it were. So what do I have to do? Shall I start the multiplayer game? If you hit multiplayer, you can see if there's any live games. Right. Okay. So multiplayer. Okay. Oh. Okay. So available games to explore strange new worlds. Just taking cool pics on the way while exploring new worlds. Okay. So Cosmic Invaders, Milky Way exploration. I don't know. Take cool photos in random star systems, etc. Just wait for you to host. Shall I host? Because hopefully I've got plenty of powers and things. Let's do that. So host a game. Now what do we need to do? Net mode, Steam, game type standard. Oh, we've got role play. What's the difference between those two? Just waiting for you to host. Multiplayer with the Great Unwashed. This is what I came to see. Yeah, exactly. Which modes? I don't know what these modes would mean. Land presumably is my local area though, because it must be Steam. Game type standard. It's just I mean, shall we? Right now, there's no difference between standard role. Okay, well, let's switch it to role play just because then, because I think we should. Now, I'm not sure I'm necessarily the best person to be the captain, but give me a second. Drew's remarkable server. There we go. A pithy and inspiring description for your server. Hosting the fabulous Starship Simulator. And I don't know, boldly's doing stuff. There we go with the smiley face. Right, continue save game, start new game. So this would require that we have character. I think we can manage that. Okay, so max players 8. Is that something I can set? I don't know how many players we would want actually. 8 sounds reasonable. Question? I don't know. Let's start. Drew is definitely a character. Thank you for that, Julia. I think I will take that as a compliment. Would you mute GB if he was commenting at this point? Would ensure that it wasn't a compliment, but hey, there we go. Right, so Alessia Verdi has boarded the ship. Now, who am I? As in, what is my role? I was a science officer, wasn't I? So, no, that's the bug report form. What were the? Okay, so this is remembered my settings. So we're on the ship Eurydice. Press F5. Right. Okay. So I am. Sean Lewis is the chief engineer. Excellent. We can't go wrong with a Scottish engineer, can we? Excellent. Okay, so we have a science officer, i.e. me. We have an engineer. I feel we need a captain. I mean, I don't feel qualified to be the captain. Although, shall I be Captain Alessia Verdi? I think maybe that's probably the thing I should be, really, isn't it? Let's do that. Come on, I'm going to be captain. Oh, look, she's got a white top now. Head, none. No, I think she ought to have a head. I think she really ought to be a little bit more formal. There we are, jacket. No, let's have that off. That looks formal enough. Yeah, good. Okay, so Captain Alessia Verdi, Captain Obvious. Okay, so Sean Lewis is the chief engineer. Hello, Sean. Welcome aboard the Starship Simulator. That's excellent. So, anybody else who's got the game and is watching us, feel free to do stuff. Now, I suppose we ought to also ask where are we? I don't know if I can tell that from it. Are we back in Seoul? Or what? So Sean is wandering around there thing. I feel like we should have a conference. Well, Sean, why don't you come with me to the bridge and we'll investigate what condition the ship is in. Dan has boarded the ship. Excellent. So Dan is also a chief engineer. Not sure we need two chief engineers. I feel that Dan might be, because he's a techie, he might be a good. He's just a passenger. I think he might be a good science officer, though. Wouldn't you agree, Dan? Maybe. I think we could do with some help in that regard. So everybody boards kind of in the conference room. That's right. So Dan's. Oh, there he is. He's a scientist. He's got science blue. Right. That's good. We've got the basics aboard. So let's go to the bridge then, which is that way, isn't it? Oh, he's head of science now. Look at that. Awesome. Okay. So, okay. Oh, so we're at Earth. Okay, we're at Earth. So we kind of need a navigator, don't we? Someone to. So we've got me being the boss. We have Sean being. Oh, he's decided to become the tactical officer now. I don't think we need a tactical officer because I don't think we've got any guns, have we? At this point, we haven't got weapons to deploy. So we kind of need a helmsman and a science officer at minimum. So I think Dan can sit there. And what do you want me in? So I mean, do you want to be the helmsman, Sean? Oh, we've got Andrew Parkin. Hang on. Actually, in that case, Sean, why? I mean, I feel very happy with a Scottish engineer. So why don't you stay being the the engineer, and Andrew up here, maybe he can be the helm officer. Is that all right? That's the sign. Is there a way in game, Dan, to talk to people? The Witcher is on the bridge. So Andrew, if you can hear us in the chat, if you can be the helm officer, that would be good. Press enter. There we go. Oh, we've got somebody else. A new recruit is aboard the ship. There we go. So, can you take helm? Oh, there's a new recruit. Who's the new recruit? We got intruder alert. How did he get on the ship? He came in through the window. Dear. Right, so Sean's just doing laps of the bridge. Right, so Andrew's the pilot. Right, Andrew, take your station at the helm, if you may. The other guy, what he's doing. You can't be the captain, Mr. New Recruit. So, right, so Andrew's taken the helm. Okay, so that's good. Right, Sean is the chief engineer. Right, let's get this ship going then, shall we? So far. Right, so condition normal. So I like the the sticky. Right, so in that case, press enter. So let's go and visit the lovely place. We've got to have a transporter tube to stop people beaming in. That's right. Okay, so whoever that is has just sat down at the tactical station, which is fine. Right, so I suppose Andrew. Right, hang on. Dan, please scan the Lakai. Let's go and visit the lovely Lakai 9352 system. 9352. Yep, that Dan sorted out for us the other week. That was very nice of him. set a course there. Best possible speed. Let's see how well this works. Okay, so how efficient? So, okay, so we're going to have to establish some protocols, aren't we? Is it possible to fight another ship? I'm not sure that weapons are online yet. Is that right? Okay, so that Dan is doing some scanning, and then the hologram in the middle of the bridge shows what's going on. That's very, very cool. It's not possible to fight another ship yet. Okay, so let's see how. So Dan has scanned, and I'm going to get up out of my chair and have a look at what this is actually. Look, so there's the sensor target, which is Lakai 9352. Good. Okay. So planet Azuria locked in as a sensor target. Excellent. So good. Engage. Now there we go. Course lady ready to engage. Excellent. Engage. So this is very cool. This is, isn't it? Okay. So look, and there the ship is going. We're a science vessel. Yes, exactly right, Sean. Okay, so there's the nav target. 10.2 light years away, which is correct. There goes the Earth as we accelerate off. Oh, what's on top of the ship? Is that a sensor array now? Oh, don't remember that being there before. Sean is looking very chill. Is there going to be an engineering station on the bridge, Dan? Because I kind of imagined, you know, Scotty, the Scotty character, or the Sean character, shall we say, should be able to monitor stuffs from the bridge. I would guess. Okay, ETA 2 minutes. Very nice indeed. Okay, and I love this hologram thing in here. This is really, really good. So, for those of you who don't know, Dan reconfigured the Lakai 9352 system to match the contents of my science fiction series, Shaybird Saga, so we can actually go and visit the planets in my book, which is an insanely cool thing to do. So I can stand here and intimidate Andrew, looking over his shoulder as the ship is navigating. Okay, so we're at full power. I have a whole level and even crew in this demo. Okay. What, this crew? What? So what, NPC crew or what? What kind of crew? What are you talking about there, Sean? It's very nice that we can interact with each other. Some folks just don't know how to delegate. Well, there will be two. Okay, so yeah, where the distribution box is right now. Where's the distribution box? Oh, this thing here. Oh, that's new. That wasn't there last time. Okay, so distributed A deck. I won't press anything because that's Sean's kind of thing. So all the buttons there are definitely Sean's domain. Okay, so there'll be engineering stations. Excellent. There will be 2 engineering stations, power and propulsion. Okay, well that'd be very, very cool. Okay, so we're 2 light years out. Press the thing. No. I'll bust the ship. I'm not doing that. There's a new recruit. A scientist has joined us. Hello, new recruit. Good to see you. Feel free to put in, you know, either. Please don't press anything, Sean. No, I'm the captain. I know nothing about it. If you want to make up a suitably space name at new recruits, then please do. Okay, so we're coming into range. All lights and doors and all decks are now live powered, and there are over 100 distribution boxes over there. So the distribution boxes allow us to isolate parts of the ship kind of electrically from others. So okay, so let's have a look here. Bridge lighting, bridge hardware, deck lighting, deck hardware. Okay, forward deck distributor, starboard deck distributor, after. Okay, so we can muck about and basically break things. So try turning off the bridge light. Okay, so the bridge lights are this ring of lights up here, which is nice. Let's press a button on here. How do I do that again? Is that just click bridge lighting disconnect? Plunge the bridge into darkness. Excellent. Okay, so the ability. There we go. I'm going to fix it. All right, so there we go. Fantastic. Okay, so we're in. we're at the orbit. Okay, come down to engines and see what we have. Okay, right. Are we at Azurio or are we at the thing? We're not. We're at the sun, aren't we? Okay. Let's let me sit in my chair. Let's do this properly. Assume a standard orbit. I'll be in engineering. There we go. This is insanely cool. I'm in charge of a starship. It lit up with the words, don't press this button again. Right, okay, so, right, hang on, I'm going to say, Dan, you have the bridge. Right, so while they're manoeuvring the ship, me and Sean are going to check out engineering. So let's do that. This is so cool. Oh, hang on. Let's get rid of the... Can I get rid of the head bob? Oh, that was a camera setting, wasn't it? Which was C. There we go. It's not that... I appreciate there is head bob, but it makes me feel a bit nauseous. Okay, so we're going to run down into the stairs. It's through there. So... Okay, well the networking and instancing together is working really nicely. There's no lag with me following Sean. The fact that we can run around the ship like this is very cool. So there will be turbo lifts up at, well, I better not call them turbo lifts. There will be lifts, won't there, in the various different sections. Okay, Sean's... Yeah, he's very fit. Okay, sure. Right, here we are in engineering. So this is the reactor, and Sean's just knocked the fire extinguisher off the wall. Up and down lifts only. Okay, that's perfect. So lifts don't go side to side. Oh, hang on. Lucien Ward. Oh, is that an NPC? Performing role action, Lucien. Is that an NPC or? Oh, there's another one. Benny Dodd in engineering. I think they should be a aye captain. There should be a little mark of respect. Wow, they've all passed, but I'll let them off. They're busy people. Oh, hang on. Benny Dodd, Matilda Gray, and Sean. So Sean's the chief engineer. So can you instruct them to do things, or are they sort of doing jobs that need to be done? What's their purpose? They seem to be very busy doing things, which is good. It feels like there's a bit of life in the ship. That's really nice. Okay, so this is a very complicated... okay, so Sean knows the ship. We're not yet. Right. So if I want to have a private conversation, not that I'm being funny here, because obviously live on the stream, but if I want to have a private conversation with Sean that I don't want the rest of the crew to know about, is that possible here? Because at the moment I'm press tab to cycle channels. There we go. Okay, so I can talk to different groups. Okay, I can use whisper. Okay, so if I do, I'll just do ship wide. Get back to there and then whisper. Who are all these crew members? Oh, invalid command. Did I press that? Do I just need to type whisper first? Oh no, that doesn't work. Can't hear. I don't. Maybe I'm doing something wrong there. Perhaps it wasn't whisper. It's your game, man. You wrote it. Okay, so asking the question. Eventually, they're autonomous, but eventually you'll be able to give them orders. Okay, so what are the sticks coming out of the side of the terminals? Right, okay, the sticks coming out the side of the terminals, these are, as I understand it, effectively the ship's wiring, which I think will be, at the moment, they're not connected up, or at least, or this is the ability to connect things to various different sections, so you can kind of rewire the ship in various different ways. Is that correct? Dan can probably explain that a bit more. I don't know if, because these are new, they weren't there last time. Okay, so yes, those cables are working and supplying power, but the model is a placeholder. So the trick is, if your ship gets damaged, you're going to be able to do stuff like reroute power from a damaged system to another system. So you know the whole thing on certain space Starship franchises where they divert auxiliary power and divert things from the main impossible tech to some other piece of impossible tech. That sort of stuff is what you're going to be able to do, right? Each one will have a full damage mod, so the damage you will need to replace. Okay, so all this sort of stuff. So if stuff gets damaged, Eleanor is doing some engineering, so we better let her get on with it. I don't know what she's doing, but she's examining the red lights, and she's obviously not happy that they're red. So this is very nice that the NPCs are doing some. Oh, here's Julia. Hello, Julia. Good to have you on the Starship. So it's other than all the work in progress post-it notes, everything in engineering looks like it's under good control, which is excellent. Yes, I know it's the XLR controls. So they're like three-pronged. I'm assuming they're way more sophisticated, because otherwise you could just sort of plug a SM58 microphone into one of those, couldn't you? But yes. So, and I think last time we now in standard orbit. So okay, that's brilliant. I'm on my way. Okay, so let's do a bit of space stuff as well. Good work in engineering. Clearly a competent crew. Excellent. So I'm going to head back to the bridge now, if I can find my way around my ship. I'm assuming the elevators aren't working at the moment. I don't want to eject the warp core. Well, no, it's not a. Is it a warp core? I don't think it is a warp core, is it? It's a reactor, and it sits right in the heart of the ship. It's a fusion reactor. There we go. That's right. It's important to get these details right. And it's based off some actual proper science, isn't it? About so check the not warp core, yeah. So we don't call. Although the ship does use a warp drive, which is something that exists in science fiction and science fact, independent of certain space franchises that we won't mention. I'm gonna have to put a big disclaimer on these things playing this game. See, look how fit Sean is. He's overtaken me on the way to the bridge. So this is where the lift will be. Well, in fact, the lift is there, but the lift is not yet operational, so we can't take the lift. So we have to stay fit and walk around the vessel. The Starship is a fusion power planet, a power plant with some instrumentation and chat. So, what's nice about the ship is it's not too big, but it's big enough. So. Right, so we are here in orbit. This is amazing. So Dan has very kindly put this in. So this is an Earth-like world off the port bow right now, which is hello screen. Oh, that's new. Mission time showing up on the monitor. Okay, this is an Earth-like world, which is called Azuria, which is in my books, which is very, very cool. I love the focus of the piano works. There's a piano. Where was the piano? Did I miss the piano? Where was the piano? Yeah, sorry about it. You've given Drew a. I'm just going to check out. Where's the piano? The piano's in the lounge. All hands. Report to the lounge. That's an order. We've got to check out the piano. Yes, Shades of Captain Nemo. Yes, yeah, some sort of. Oh, someone's playing it. That sounds like. Oh, there he is as well. So hang on a minute. How do you play the piano? It's point and click. Okay. Okay. So if I do, oh, oop. Can't play that first. What I need is a keyboard map so I can play it with a keyboard. Then I can give you a proper rendition. Oh no. Hang on. We're going to add MIDI support. You can have everyone I don't know if you can see. If you can see, it might be out of shot. There we go. Let me let me just go back to my camera. Look. No, it's that shoulder. Look. There's a keyboard over there. Just waiting to go. I shall be able to entertain my crew all evening. And in fact, if that's not good enough, what have I got here? I have my I have my portable keyboard. Look, I'm ready to rock whenever you are, Dan. That's going to be awesome. So space stuff. That's very good. Okay, so so I can't with the mouse pointer. I can't really play very well. You'll be disappointed to know. You to the 1, 2, 3. Oh, set off the red alert. Okay, all hands to battle stations. This is not a drill. Okay, let's find out what's going on. Oh, we've gone into warp. Okay, so captain to the bridge, security alert. Okay. What's happened? The lights have gone out. What's that noise? Is that me? Oh no, it's people shot around behind me. Okay, so we appear to be in. Oh, the lights are back on. Not my fault, Captain. What happened? Report. This game animal. Scurry as it did. The True is playing music. That's right. There's an emergency going on. Was that it? Was it just to stop me playing music? Aliens are on board. Mr. Junks is a passenger. Okay, so lots of people have joined this game, and we possibly haven't got an entire lead. Okay, so Arg. I think we've got an alien on board called Argwagag Agshkabigijig. And they're going to B hole. Is that a black hole? Possibly a black hole. So who knows who's actually in charge of the ship? Okay, we've got an engineer, another engineer, who looks like they may in fact be a space alien. They've got all the hallmarks. They've got green hair and no shoes. I think he may have commandeered the ship. Shall I disengage? No. Let's find out where. Where Agrajag. I'm going to call him Agrajag because I'm not typing that all the time. Is taking us. Oh, Mr. Junks has just, who possibly is. So let's find out. Some strange stuff is happening. So I think, as you would normally expect with one of my streams, things are already out of control. But with a like-minded group of people trying to do this, slightly seriously, this would be really, really rather good. Okay, so we are heading somewhere. Agrajag now saying It chords of black hole. So I think he's taking us to a black hole, which is a very cool thing. Oh, I've just fallen unconscious. That's what X does. Okay, so X makes you fall over. Right. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. I'm now outside of myself. Let's get back into my head. And some various strange things. So you have got the ability to jump and do things as well, which is quite cool. So I don't know where we're going, and the ship has been commandeered against my will, but there we go. Let's okay. Well, that's 36 minutes away. That's a long old time. So and we're heading off into space. I think I feel we should take control of my ship. Yes, it's a long way. 35 minutes is a long time. Shut down the drive. Dan can teleport us there. Okay. Well, this is a good thing, actually. So, from a perspective, Dan, of rogue individuals jumping aboard your ship, could I have password protected my server or something like that? Sorry, I'm the captain. So Andrew is going to hopefully shut down the ship. There we go. I think the warp field is collapsing. Shooting with your phaser. Well, yeah. So right now we don't have any host controls, but that's quite high on the priority list. I think that's good. Right. We're going to hold position. Science Officer Dan has a remarkable new mechanism for crossing interstellar space. It's untested, but hopefully it will work. Over to you, Dan. Engage trans something. I don't know what we're going to call it. Engage. There we go. Engaging the Holy Hop drive. That's it. Engage some space magic. Okay, so Dan is going to do some stuff. Julia is helping out. She is in charge of the post-it notes. Oh, okay. Whatever that did, killed all the. Oh, it just appeared. AVA is teleporting the ship. Okay, so it's wormhole travel. Teleport complete. Where's the airlock? Okay, so we're in a nebula. Can we get the ship's systems back online? Sean. Ship lights. It's very dark in here, and someone's going to break an ankle. There we go. I've got my torch, which is a useful thing to have. Julia here is, by the way, chief scientist in charge of post-it notes. So at the moment, so no restrictions. So multiplayer, there is that. Okay, so we can't control, and there's no way to subdue a rogue person on your server. I suppose. So we can't phaser them or put them in the brig. So okay, so Sean, lovely view, but we're dead in space. It's the 3M product, so it fits. Excellent. Right, is there a brig? That's a good question, Dan. Is there a brig? Sean. Oh, there we go. He's fixed it. Hold on, Sean. Right. Okay, so we've got power. All right, let's do it. Dan, position report. Andrew, is there a black hole nearby? Actually, I suppose I should be asking Dan that question. You have to dribble some red paint on the floor. Someone should jump in the ship and name a character crew. Yes. I'm going to add a brig, and band players will go straight to the brig and be stuck there when they try. Excellent. Okay, so that would be great. So basically, if somebody misbehaves, you can and send them to the brig, and all they can do is walk around in the brig. That's perfect. This is so good. Great fun. Right, okay, so we have a navigation target, black hole. Okay. Take us to the black hole, but stand off at a safe distance. Sean, any obvious damage to the ship? Oh, just being able to play as a captain and do captainy things. Right, I'm going to give Julia a job. Okay, Julia. Post-it note. Status update, please. Okay. Right, okay, good stuff. Can you suffocate FTL style? Yeah. Can we put ne'er-do-wells out of the airlock? That seems a bit harsh, but there should be an airlock on the ship. Where is Sean, by the way? So, okay, so this, Dan, it looks like you've added some extra stuff to the outside of the ship as well. Obviously, there's been a few changes inside too, which oh, look at that. Oh. Okay, everybody stare out the windows. Look at that. That looks even better than last time. Airlocks will be at the rear of C deck. Okay. Look at that. Dan, you really are excelling yourself with these graphics. That looks insanely good. Even better than last time. Wow, that's... Okay, so black holes are volumetric now and have a pleasing rumble that gets louder as you approach. Oh, pleasing rumbles. Okay, right, hang on a minute. So I'm going to sit down in my chair because that's obviously what you do. Although I can't see things, right? No, I'm going to have to stand near Andrew, right? Okay. Take us in closer, but don't cross the event. Right, there we are. Okay, so can we hear? I can hear just at the moment the background rumble of the ship. Let's see how good a pilot Andrew is. Flopsy doodle adjust shirt. Okay, or hear me out. Do cross the event horizon. Interstellar accretion disk. I know doesn't that look amazingly good? And hang on, so what's happened to Sean? Sean's down in engineering. Captain of locked in engineering. Sean, if you can't unlock the doors, you don't deserve to be chief engineer. Okay, so we have engaged. Ooh. And we are going to go closer. Ooh, careful. Ah! I said around it, not up it. That was a bit fast. Okay, we're coming about. Let's nice and gentle. Okay, just so we can appreciate Dan's artwork. That does look good. Possibly unrealistic. Well, though Julia's post-it notes are entirely realistic, I think you'll find, Derrid and Dundragon. I mean, nobody really knows what a black hole looks like, do we? But this one's spinning, or at least the accretion disk is spinning really rather nicely fast. And all black holes are unique as well. So is that sort of a procedural generation thing that's going on there? That does look very nice. So let's, as we close in, let's see if we can hear this rumble Dan was talking about. So what's happened to What's happened to Sean? Dan is there an override. I think Sean's locked himself in engineering somehow. Not quite sure how he's managed to do that. Here we go. Look, we are now closing on the event horizon. We'd love to see bending light. Other than that, it's really impressive. Yeah, so I think Dan mentioned last time that sort of gravitational lensing effects would be coming as well, but he hasn't implemented those on the background, only on the actual object. I think that was correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dan. Oh yeah, you can hear it. It's got that rumbly noise. Lensing is complicated because it messes up other things visually, but we are working on it. Okay, so it's a complicated problem to solve. Look at that. That does look very, very good. Okay, so remember to keep the throttle in the boot. Okay, so Andrew's taking us through the edge of the accretion disk, which is probably the best way to do this. Very gently and very slowly. Now this will presumably be a very dangerous thing to do in the full game. I kind of hope it was. Okay, so just be really careful with my ship. Oh, we are. Whoa. Okay, so we're getting very close. There's weird stuff happening outside. Where are we going? Eventually this will require shields being up and you will take significant damage. Yeah, okay, so that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So look at, we are kind of inside the accretion disk now, which just looks amazingly amazing. Oh, there's that rumbly sound. I'm just waiting to be plunged in, so awkwardly sure we might holding a sheet. Okay, so is there an impact on the ship now due to the gravity, Dan? Is that what Andrew's experiencing? Is it actually being pulled around by the black hole? And he's struggling to. No, it's not. So it's not. Okay, so that's just Dan giving us some special effects. Not yet. Okay, so nice impact. This is definitely a good place if you're trying to pass. So yes, outside in the rest of the universe, time is now passing extremely quickly. Okay, so just take us straight through, and what we should be able to do, for those of you who haven't seen this before, Sean has managed to escape from engineering. Excellent. At the back of the ship, as we pass through, you can. This is what's beautiful about this, is you can watch the black hole recede from the rear of the ship in the lounge area, if the angle's right. Okay, so hang on, everything's gone red. Whoa. What was that? Oh, that's actually the edge of the black hole. I don't even know what I'm looking at now. Oh, that's the black. Oh, looks like we went through the black hole. Excellent. And there's the black hole receding behind the ship now. Oh. That does look amazingly good. I think we flew inside. So yes, okay, so there we are. And tilt the ship up a bit for the benefit of those in the viewing gallery. There we go. Oh, we'd already anticipated my very command. There we go. Look at that. So you can look out the back of the ship while your captain's playing you a piano sonata, and watch the black hole. That looks very good. Okay, so it's volumetric. So now it's got the spiral structure as seen from the top, and if you would approach it from the edge, it will be a flat disk as well. That's very nice, isn't it? I really like that. So we can explore and find. I think the eye candy is just amazing stuff. That looks really nice. We could go around and explore black holes all day, I think, just looking at it. The accretion disk is properly lensed, just not the space behind it. Right, okay, that kind of makes sense. So we're sort of, yeah, okay. So from the, if you like, from a 90-degree angle, there won't be much. Well, there would be gravitational lensing, of course, because it's still there. But the accretion disk is a disk, so the gravitational lensing can be more obvious when you sort of edge onto the disk. I suppose that makes sense. Very nice indeed. Okay, so take us through. Oh, I'm in stewards mode. Well, I'm in stewards mode. There we go. Someone switched on the disco lights now. Through the nebula. There we go. Maximum speed. Okay, so the nebula, as you can see in the background. Now you've lost power, Captain. So put another MP in the meter. Okay, so somebody's sabotaging my ship. I wonder who that could be. Julia's over there, so it can't be her. She's very well behaved. Someone switched the power off to the ship. Oh, okay. So is it our resident alien who sabotaged the ship? There's a breaker in the kitchen. Where's the kitchen? Which one is the kitchen? Starship security to the bridge. Okay, we haven't got a chief security officer. We can't physically put people into the bridge. Adding a post-it note reading, "Please avoid tripping on power cables," says Julia. Okay, so now we've lost power to the whole deck. Okay, so we have an issue with the ship. Okay, so what happened? Did somebody press a button? So we got this is quite cool. Okay, so somebody could at the moment. Oh no, hang on. The ship is now either out of control. Sean is on with. I think I better get back to the bridge and find out what the hell's going on with my ship. Oh, now power is back. Disco mode. Okay. Okay, B deck is without power. Why is B deck without power? Feel my crew is triples nibbling the cables. Okay, so Andrew's trying desperately to keep the ship on course, and he's taking us through the nebula. Right? Okay. So yeah, so I think some security controls would definitely be high on the list for future. That nebula again looks amazingly amazing. Could play Among Us here with the light switches. Yeah. Okay. So where? Oh, Mr. Junks has left the ship. Where is this ship going? It's taking this. Who's in control of the ship? It should be Andrew. So where are we going, Andrew? I was hoping to fly through the nebula. Oh, sorry, Captain. Can't we just go that way? Could play Among Us here with the light switches. There will be a sabotage option when interacting with hardware, and there will be a percentage chance to leave evidence behind. Okay, so that's quite cool. So you could get aboard the ship. Can't we just tactical role be able to determine the troublemaker? Oh, okay. So the security console. Oop. That's right. Just engage the warp. Just head that way through the nebula. Even if it's just the captain as a phase of instant dismissal. Okay, so the tactical role, which is over here, which at the moment doesn't do anything. Mr. Junks is oh, I've got Mr. Gross over there as the first officer. I feel Mr. Junks is pressing buttons that he shouldn't be able to. Okay, so there's raised shields and lower shields, which don't. Oh, bridge shield. That doesn't do anything yet. So you can sort of see all the possibilities. Can you really fly through the nebula? Yes, it's... Oh, and the bridge shields are... Oh, window shields. So they do work. Okay, so... Lower shield. Oh, right. That's new. I didn't remember that being there before. So those are kind of physical shields which protect the windows. Nice. Okay. There'll also be an internal security station on the bridge, and you'll be able to use that to lock bulkheads and view CCTV cameras. Oh, that's very cool. So you can simulate the whole... There's a problem on board the ship. I think, Andrew, you should just be able to manually steer the ship and point it towards the nebula. So try and do that. Just see if we can turn left or 90 degrees to port. See if you can do that. There we go. Look, just turn around, because I think if you keep turning left, that's it. So yeah, physical shields over the windows. I'll go back and do that. So just bank the ship to the left. Good luck. You can see the nebula kind of going past the port side of the ship. There we go. Fly directly through there. It's not as coordinated as Galaxy Quest yet. So that's it. 90 degrees to port, Andrew. Can you do 90 degrees to port? Yeah, so you just press the your left button on the helm controls. That's what you need to do. There we go. Look at that. Right, so just that'll do. Fly through there. And what we should see is it's second star to the left is straight onto one. Exactly right. So if you watch this for a little moment, you'll see that the nebula unfolds around us, which is really nice. So it's a volumetric nebula. This is not an end product, I don't think yet. I think Dan mentioned last time we were playing this. Sorry, Cap, to demote myself after duty. It's right. He's learned to fly a Starship. It's okay. So yes, you can fly through the nebula. It does look a bit like the Nexus, doesn't it? And presumably, if there's anything weird and wonderful in there, then you'll be able to pick it up on scanners and all sorts of stuff like that. But what's nice about this is you can fly through the volumetric nebula. So the travelling through the galaxy isn't like in Elite Dangerous. It's a series of jumps, then you get an updated background view. It's constant. You're travelling through space at many multiples the speed of light, and everything moves past you with parallax as you're kind of doing it. So that's what's amazing about that. Now, just for Glenn, then, the shields over the windows are here. So if you look at the windows at the moment, so if I raise the shields, there's a physical shield that goes up and protects the windows. What's interesting, it doesn't protect the top windows, only the front windows. So if the sneaky aliens sneak over the top of the bridge, maybe the shield should go all the way around, Dan. I don't know. But that's a nice effect. That reminds me of don't tell the baddies that. Yeah, but they might spot things like that. That's a lovely effect. And that reminds me of, it's sort of, I don't know, Battlestar Galactica. They had a shield on the bridge viewer, didn't they? Which was very nice. Look at the detail in that nebula. That looks astonishingly nice. And in the captain's quarters, of course, if I just leave the bridge, right, hang on, I'm going to say, Dan, you have the bridge. Take us to the nearest G-class star. I'm just going to go. So what I can do is, as the captain, I can go to my ready room, which I think is... No, it's the armory. Which one's the captain's quarters? The captain's office. Okay, so only I'm allowed in here. So I should be able to... Can I lock the door? I don't think I can lock... Can I lock the door? Open and close. Oh, I can. Look, so I can lock the door. Close. So I can get away from all you guys. There we are. And I can lock the door. Oh, code too short. So I've got to put in a code. So I'm going to use the... how do I do that then? 1, 2, 3, 4. I use the same combination on my luggage. Lock. Door locked. Oh, hang on. Andrew Parkin has left the ship, our helm officer. So I've locked the door with a code. So none of you can get in here unless you know the code, which is obviously fairly obvious. But I've got my own captain's ready room, and I can hang around here looking out the window with a bit of power. Are you guys playing together on the same ship? We are. Yes. This is what's amazing about this. The ship is, as you can see. So Julia's managed to hack her way in to my. I'm not sure that's very ethical, Julia. But look, I can watch from my captain's ready room. If we're on a long journey doing things and I'm just the captain just chilling out, I can just chill out and watch the view. Look at that nebula rolling slowly past the viewer, or the window there. And have I got the same hologrammatic controls in here as well? So if I don't want to be looking at the outside view, I can do scene projection, and then I can just have a nice country scene. There we are. Me and Julia just chilling out in front of the garden. And we can have, that's the autumn park, we've got the misty forest, we've got the rocky desert, there's a shady forest, that looks nice, doesn't it, Julia? There we go. Is it really hacking if the code was written on the ticket? So yeah, so a little bit of peace and quiet for bits of the people in the crew if needs be, and then I can interview people here, and I can sit behind my desk and look sternly at people whilst reading the stuff, and I've got tablets which I can pick up and move around, and I've got a mug for getting my tea Earl Grey hot, etc, etc. So other than my crew hacking my password to my ready room, I like the fact there's a there we go, I'm going to switch that back. Okay, so hopefully we are on the way to a G-class star. First time chat from OSD General. You can also change lighting colour of the rooms to some extent. Okay, so was that the temperature control I saw here? Okay, so temperature. So if I want it more red, I can... Oh, there we go. We can get a nice warm... Oh, that's nice. Okay, or I can have the light very white. Or very blue, in fact. Which is a bit cold, isn't it? I like it on the red, actually. That feels very relaxing. That feels like a nice sort of cosy fireplace down at 200k. That's very nice. That looks really nice. I like that. Drew, sorry, I hadn't got the laptop on mains and battery. It went to sleep mode. Back on, but your multiplayer isn't showing, so I can't get back in. Oh no, that's... I've lost our helm officer because his battery's failed. I don't know what we can do about that. And now I can't open... Oh, I've got to unlock it. What's the code? Oh, I don't know what the code... I've got to type in the code to get out of my... There we are. Open. So that's quite nice. Okay, so we've lost our helm officer, which is unfortunate. Andrew... oh, it's a full server, so... there's no way for me to kick anybody off to allow Andrew back on, is there? Maybe Julia, maybe you can take over the helm. And there we go. Andy P. Very sorry, Captain. Oh, that's a shame that you got stuck in there. Oh, now this. Why does the ship keep losing power? Is that somebody sabotaging something, or something breaking? Are we damaging something, or what? At least we've got a little bit of ambient light from the planet. That's a nice looking planet as well. So, what was the answer, Sean? What was the question? I have to say, it's great fun. I mean, we need to have what am I stuck? Oh, you might be able to get back in, Andy. Oh, there we go. I seem to be stuck. Everyone else is moving, but I'm not. So what's... I'm not getting anything. Even my escape key is not working. Right. Am I appearing to you guys? Click on the char box and then press enter. Oh, there we go. We're back. Right. Sorry, that was just a bit of use. Okay, hang on. So settings, graphics, motion blur off. I don't like motion blur. What am I looking for? Volumetric fog. Volumetric fog. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's on. Okay, so volumetric fog is on, according to that. Okay, so we've arrived here. Now, we can't land on planets yet. I think Dan mentioned Julia can't sit in the navigation chair. Why is that, Julia? I can. You just point at it and sit on it, Julia. Press F. There she goes. So you can't land on planets yet, but that is planned for the future, I believe. But there'll be plenty of sort of sciencey stuff to do in space before that comes along. So I don't know what the sort of timeline or approach is there, Dan. I assume you're going to do the spacey stuff kind of first. Oh, my server's not actually even showing. Okay, so that's interesting. Vincent John, you can't be the captain. I'm the captain. I see two chairs. One of them drifted off a bit from where it's supposed to be. Okay, so there was something's not quite right there. Maybe we've got a bit of a glitch going on. I can get into the chair. Fine. It seems to be okay for me. So I'm not quite sure what's going wrong for Julia there. Next thing I'm adding will be planetary scanning. Okay, I'm following that. The retrieval of surface samples via probe. Okay, so we'll be able to do sort of space sciencey stuff first, which makes an awful lot of sense. Okay, so this is actually, while we're here, this is a map of the solar system that we're currently in. Okay, so there's multiple terrestrial worlds. There's a gas dwarf. There's this gas terrestrial planets. Okay, so this is one of the terrestrial planets that we've located. So, so the ability to do some science. So if we have a look at Dan's station, what you could already do, and I think if we're looking over his shoulder, but we can sort of zoom in a bit, and Dan can change things on the science station. So we can, at the moment we're kind of in solar system mode. I think we can scan various different bits and pieces as well, different resolutions, different ranges, from sort of 1 AU, which is really close by, to stuff that's further out. I think that'd be really good. So from a perspective of doing a bit of scenery and having a look at things, I think it would be nice to do a little bit of the eye candy from the game. So I don't know if, Dan, you can do your amazing teleport trick and take us back to Sol, and maybe we can go and see something like Saturn and the rings of Saturn and things like that. That would be quite cool, because Dan has an amazing teleport drive which will not be available in the real game. So here we go. Okay, engage Saturn. Okay, so Helm, please target Earth by pressing the home key on the keyboard. So who's in charge? Okay, so Vincent John, who's now become the first officer, is going to attempt to target Earth. Can we actually see the target being done? Did he do it? Yes, there's definitely hacks in the demo. I'm going to try and do it myself. Right, so press the home button. Where is the home button? Fall on the first hurdle. Oh, just literally on my keyboard. So what, home? There we are. I think that's it. Use sensor target. No. Home. There we go. Distance 186,000 light years. That should be it. And boom, we've transported. Teleport complete. Okay, so where
Okay, so there's Uranus, Neptune. Saturn is 10 AUs away, so I should be able to, if I'm going to have a go at this now. So if Dan scans Saturn for me, scan Saturn for me, and send coords to the helm. There we go. So use sensor target. There we go. I'm going to engage the FTL. There we go. And I'm going auto navigation engage. And it should take us to Saturn. Yes, look at that. And we can fly to Saturn. And the idea being that this is a, I think the idea here is to have all the known stars added into the galaxy, you know, with exoplanets and stuff. So all the nearby stars are kind of like real. And then obviously anything beyond that is sort of procedurally generated. Look at Saturn. Saturn's got, what I thought was amazing here is when I first saw it, is Saturn. I don't know if you saw that on the way in. Saturn, in the hexagon that's at the North Pole at Saturn, that was actually rendered. So I don't know, are you using real imagery here, Dan? I can't remember if that was the case or not before. So let me pitch up a little bit. There we go. There we go. That'll do. And I'm going to roll the ship. Roll left. The ship is nicely damped. There we go. And then I'm going to gauge FTL at a very low power. I think that's right. Okay, so all Sol planets are using NASA 8K surface image. Okay, well that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So how much is it going to move on its own? Am I missing something? What am I missing here? You can still have arrow keys, yeah. Okay. So how do I move forward again? I thought take it up to about 15%. Okay. We were moving. Right, I can also go external here, can't I? There we go. Okay, so this is the outside of the ship. There we go, look at that. Okay, so I'm outside the ship. You can do this when you're in the helm station. Okay, so there's, look, so there's the hexagon on top of Saturn. Which, since it's taken by NASA imagery, is exactly as it should be. You can name your ship anything you want as well, as you can see. The UNSF Eurydice is the name I gave my ship. And so if we bank the ship around, you can come behind Saturn. Look at that. It's such glorious eye candy, this. And I'm going to fly us through the rings, because who doesn't want to fly through the rings of Saturn, right? 15% is really good. Yeah, so the rear of the ship is now closed up, so we should go for a wander around the ship. Oh, it's not quite. No, it's not. No, it's still open. So that's still being modelled at the moment. So let's fly through the rings. But there is an animated radar on top. Yeah, it's the law, isn't it? That does look amazingly good. Oh, it's so pretty. So finding things out there. Danger. Yeah, so flying through the rings might be a bad thing to do in general terms. But so if everything is 8K, Jupiter's going to look insanely good. Let's go and have a look at Jupiter then, because please send coords for Jupiter. I was distracted for a moment. Didn't hear that it was answered. It's planned to be a feature not currently in the ship, will not be able to land. Yeah, so I think it's quite nice that the ship isn't able to. As I understood, wasn't it a shuttle, or effectively it's going to be a cutscene, but a shuttle takes you to the surface or something potentially is the plan. So did we get that, Dan? Did we get the? Yeah. So let's see if I can. Okay, so. Let's go to maximum FTL and engage. So that should take us to the auto navigation is really nice. There we go. So the shuttle will be used for service. So I like the fact that the ship can't land because it's a starship. It shouldn't really be able to land. I love the way all the parallax works while you're out in space like this. That's very, very good. What's that? Is that? That's a set of stairs on the outside of the ship. What's that for, Dan? Is there supposed to be? I mean, look, you can actually see people running around the bridge there. Okay, that will be for getting the dish to repair it. Okay, so there's EVA activities being planned as well, which is nice. So this is what's quite nice. You can see the bridge there. So can somebody switch this bridge shields on and off while I'm in the external view? Will they show up? Okay, so there will be stairs and railings all over the ship. Look, hey, look, the shields actually, look at that, they actually work. Well, I mean, they work, but you can see them from outside. Okay, lower the shields again. Claire is asking, why and how is there a chicken on board? So what? That's totally random thing. Okay, so there's going to be EVA to repair external stuff on the ship, which is very nice. Somebody's standing. Is that an NPC? Somebody standing in the forward. All the trees. What's happened to the trees, Dan? Have all the trees died in the recreation area? I like that part of the ship. Okay, so anyway, so that's Jupiter. Okay. Oh, it looks like the lights have failed again. The trees couldn't grow a metal. Okay, so. Okay, so we appear to have totally lost power again. What's happened to my ship? Oh, everything is off. Okay, so the power is totally failed. Oh, there we go. Power's back on. Right, so have we got... There we go. Now we can see. Right, so let's take the ship over that way. Let's switch engage the FTL on. Let's turn that to 15% power as suggested. Let's see if we can find the red spot. Because it looks like we're over the pole of Jupiter there. We may be too close. Julia is adding a post-it note. Please do not plant trees in the carpet. Oh, you can see Jupiter's ring. Yes, you can. Look at that. Oh, nice attention to detail there. We may be a bit close, actually, for the red spot at that range. Jupiter looks insane from close up, doesn't it? Right, so let's angle away from Jupiter a bit. Let's get a little bit of distance. Where? There's plenty of spots. Oh, there it is over there. Look, there's the red spot. I don't know if it's in the northern hemisphere or... What happens if we fly into the red spot? Will the ship auto brake at some point? Let me just reduce this down. Give me a bit of manoeuvring power for a moment. Okay. What will the ship do if we fly it directly into the gas giant? Silent Running. Oh, you must see Silent Running. Silent Running is an insanely good film. I mean, it's an old film, but yeah, it needs Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That's all I'll say. 3 little robots. Right, so there's the red spot directly ahead. Okay, so what happens if we try and fly into the planet? Will it bounce us off? Well, obviously science. Let's find out. One batch of batteries refuses to connect. Okay, so we got trouble with the ship. Okay, so we're going in probably a bit too fast. Oh, we flew through the planet. Okay, the planets are ethereal right now. Okay, so we just kind of gone through the planet. Excellent. So we're taking a kind of wormhole through the planet, and then boom, we're out the other side. Okay, well that's quite nice, and that sort of makes sense at this point in the game's evolution, doesn't it? Does look insanely nice. Yeah, there's a certain distance about now where the NASA imagery is particularly nice, isn't it? Doesn't that look lovely? Power to the array is offline completely. So, okay, so Claire's doing something. It's a hollow planet. That's what it is. That does look very, very nice. We haven't got any moons yet. That's right, isn't it? Moons are another thing that's coming. So that is. It just does look spectacular, though. It looks really, really nice. And then you can just make out the rings there, can't you? Very faint. So moons and multi-star systems are yet to be added. Okay, so let's just orientate ourselves nicely with respect to Jupiter. And fly around and get the... Oh, just imagine Carl Sagan being able to play with something like this. He'd go completely off his rocker, wouldn't he? I mean, it's spectacular because, I mean, you couldn't do things like this with multi-billion pound budgets all that long ago. A recent addition was much better lava world. Okay, so actually that's a good point, Dan. I mean, you know what you've added into the game. I've already spotted little things like the radar dish and the other bits and pieces. But you know, if you want to highlight particular things that we should be looking at, then please do. So yeah, take us to a lava. There's the red spot. There it goes. Take us to a lava world if you wish. Anything that you wish to sort of show, then feel free to showcase it. Because I don't know what you've added. I'm just enjoying what you already have had. And that just looks. It's just a screenshot thing, isn't it? It's just glorious. Then we can zoom the ship out on the mouse there and just fly past Jupiter. Oh, who hasn't wanted to do something like that? There's Wolf 359 in the background. Some bad stuff happened over there, so we won't go to Wolf 359. So yes, if you'd like to take us to a lava world, that would be very cool. Doesn't Jupiter look insane though? That just looks majestic. He's just trying to find one. When do you meet Jupiter? Okay, so yeah, so that's that must be. Silent Running was filmed. It was filmed on the aircraft, was it? Okay, it's a good film. The guy, to be honest, the main character is, I think, really irritating. It's a good film. Okay, so Claire's saying the reactor wasn't on. Sounds like we. I think we basically need a new ship's engineer. I think Sean's CV has been found to be wanting. Oh, look at Jupiter! Look at it. That looks insane. That looks like something directly out of 2001: A Space Odyssey, doesn't it? Look at Jupiter just hanging there, slowly receding from us. That's just, it just looks amazing. Crazy that the storms keep going for centuries. Yeah, so I know isn't it mad? Okay, so Dan's got a lava world. Is it close enough that we can actually? If it's close enough that we can fly there. Let's use sensor target. 707.3 light years. So if we get to maximum speed, that won't take us very long, will it? Okay, so suddenly whoosh! There's Jupiter. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa! Jupiter disappearing as the ship's amazing engines push us at crazy velocities. Nobody knows how long it will. I mean, we don't know if the red spot is a relatively recent thing. What we do know is it has been shrinking. It's less red now than it used to be. Look at the entire solar system. They're shrinking away. Just what I love about this is it's proper astronomy. And then what you get at this speed is you can see the nearby stars slowly going past the window. There goes Sirius in that direction. Solar's behind us. What else have we got? We've got Barnard's Star. There's a good roundabout, Barnard's Star. What else is there? Is there any other stars? Procyon. Andrew Parkin's back, yay! Okay, I'll let Andrew do the thing. I'll stand relieved. Okay, so we're in obviously in red mode. Julia's still in charge of the post. No, Dan's still in charge of the science. Everyone's where they should be. Mr. Grobo is the first officer. Excellent. Who else do we have? Sean. Not sure what Mr. Junks is doing in my captain's chair, but other than that, Sean, chief engineer, keeping the lights on, as all chief engineers do. So hang on, this is now 3.59 days away. What happened to the lava planet? Like, awkwardly sure, I just can't keep up with the guy doing everything off. That's some serious. Okay, so I thought this was 7 light years away. It's now 25,000 light years away, which feels like. Did somebody change the target? I don't know. Did somebody change the target? Yeah, we're now going in the wrong direction again. It should be 7 light years. Are we off course? Okay. Andrew, take target from science console. Have we lost in space? Okay, so whatever happened there, somebody managed to divert the ship. Okay, we're now only set 4 light years away. Okay, so this is, I think, good. I still think maybe the ship is being sabotaged. We lost in space. Oh, Julia, danger! Okay, so we've got red light and you don't have the red light. Okay, I think we should definitely press the red. Oh, now someone's playing with the helm controls. Let's switch it back to condition normal. Can I do that? Apparently not. That's where I turn the red lights off. Back to disco mode. Well, okay, hang on. We're closing on a jolly nice terrestrial planet, a lava world, hopefully. I might need to borrow your chair again, Andrew, because we'll probably want to do some external views. I think, am I right, Dan, that you only get the external view when you're sitting in the pilot's chair, is that? Or the helm officer's chair, is that correct? Okay, so we're coming up on a very bright star. Oh, look at the lava world. Wow. Oh, it's eclipsing the sun. Nice. Yeah, that looks like a very unpleasant place to land. Okay, so we'll have to turf Andrew out of the pilot's chair if we want to. Oh, thank you very much, Andrew. If we want to have a look outside the ship. Ugh, that looks very nice. Looks just like, I mean, that's. Although it's even reflecting in the ship's reflecting the planet now. That's nice too. Caution, hot surface. Yeah, exactly. Let's fly past it. Engage the FTL. Oh, did we lose the power again? Who keeps switching the power on the ship off? We should have protocols for all these sort of things, I'm sure. Right, let's switch the field power to 14%. This one is 866 degrees C. That is a lot. Okay, let's fly past it. There we go. Oh, it's quite a small planet, so it's probably a bit fast. Let's go around to the daylight side. Oh, look at that. What's it look like on the daylight side? Sean has found it. We're going to have to investigate this chicken. I fear the chicken may well be the source of all of our problems. I think we should go and investigate the chicken. Yeah, it's actually more spectacular. Yeah, the coronal mass from the star is So again, we can fly through that star effect. That's very pretty down there. If we can see it, let's see how close we can get to the star without weird things happening. Don't know how close. Let's go up a little bit faster because the star's a big thing, obviously. Woo. That can't be good for your ship, can it? Okay, so those look amazing. Yeah, that's right. Guessing what's on it says chicken. Let's go. Okay, well, let's leave the ship line. We need to investigate this chicken business. So, is there a chicken on board? That's right. Where is the chicken? Okay, so somebody says AB123 cabin. Where's AB123? So is that downstairs? I love the illumination of everything. So the star is now behind us. Let's just go up to the top deck here, looking at the back. The star is behind us, casting light through the ship. That's just glorious. Right, so how do I get to AB123? What does that mean? AB, is that deck A and B? Okay, so I'm following Mr. Grobo. I can hear some buzzing noises here. So what does AB123? I've lost him. Short strapped it in a cabin. Okay, so what is that? Is there a chicken? There are no chickens on board. You're pulling my leg on this chicken business. Oh, okay. So where are you taking me, Mr. Grobo? How do I... Probably down on the crew deck. So how do I know where I am? Are there some deck markers? So this is B deck ring 1. There's definitely a chicken. Her name is Cluck Norris. The chicken is far. Okay, so it's moving about. Okay, so hang on. All hands. We have a chicken infestation. Assume to be armed and dangerous. Subdue the chicken. Ah, lights are back on. Okay. Last time I saw the chicken, the doors are labelled, so you probably want to go to... Who is playing around with the lighting in the ship? We've got to subdue the chicken. We've got an intruder alert. Okay, so which deck am I on? This is B deck, isn't it? Okay, where is the chicken? I think the chicken is responsible for all of our electrical woes. Okay, so the last time I saw the chicken, it was in engineering. ODST General has arrived. Oh, the Admiral's turned up. It's never good when the Admiral turns up. The chicken is... Where is the chicken? I've got to see the chicken for myself. So, does anyone have eyes on the chicken? Okay, D-deck. Okay. I'm heading down to D-deck. D-deck stairs. Oh, I'm almost there. Where's the chicken? Which D-deck stairs? Oh, there's a chicken on the ship. Is that our mascot? Dare I ask why there is a chicken on the ship? She has full roam of the whole ship. Excellent. Can you interact with said chicken? This is just wants her. This is a ship's mascot. Oh, she's going upstairs. Look. Does she flap? Oh no, she can't go upstairs. No, now she's just sat down, looking very depressed. And stepped on the chicken. She'll be staying along with a dog and a cat. Okay, so there's pets on board the ship. I like this. This is nice. So, okay, so we're going to have a ship's cat, a ship's dog, and a ship's chicken. Very nice. I like it. Brilliant. I like it. I like it. Quite the menagerie. Chickens should take elevators. Well, I mean, I think chickens are entitled to wander around the ship anywhere. Where did they go, by the way? Someone keeps playing around with lighting, which is slightly disconcerting. Somebody, Mr. Grobo has apparently died a horrible death. So we'll leave him to recover. Now that buzzing noise I can hear, is that... I'm going to switch that one off because... Oh no. Something is buzzing. Is that this console? I can see you can have immense fun rerouting power and doing all sorts of stuff. So for those of you who haven't seen it, I think this is... Are we on the engineering deck? This is habitation deck. So if we go down to the engineering deck and show you some of the equipment. So that's habitation deck. That's still habitation. That's where all the crew quarters are. So engineering deck, you can tell get down to engineering because it gets rid of the carpet and you've got this sort of plasticky flooring. A bit grippier for people to wonder about. Oh, there's Julia. Oh no, there's a chicken. It looks like Julia's herding the chicken. Does the chicken respond if you... Oh, it does. It stops. It's like I can't come through there. So it's like it's going to sit there. So it obviously respects the captain. So if I dip out of its way, well, then it just goes off and does its thing. The chicken needs an... Well, I think it's called Cluck Norris. It's obviously got its own agenda, hasn't it? It's quite busy. Having a wander around the ship. Anyway, that's that. So down. Oh, so let's switch that on. I don't know what that does, but it feels like it should be plugged in. See that yellow light there, Julia? Make it go green. Okay, that's your job. Julia, make the yellow light go green. Dan's investigating the power loss. Okay. So just keep jabbing buttons, Julia. That'll work. Now, round I think the outside edge, there are various. Here we go. So there's various rooms aboard ships which do things. So this is all the batteries, I think. Yeah. So starboard battery array 9. So we can switch on and switch off battery compartments. So if the ship gets damaged, we've got the option to use different types of batteries and all sorts of bits and pieces. So if I can take the batteries offline here. We are running on battery power, so it might not be wise of me to do that. So that's okay. So if we're running on batteries, then... So what's the capability of the ship then, Dan, in the case of running on batteries? So do we need the fusion reactor to be running to use the propulsive drives and things like that? Or can we run on batteries for... Can we run everything on batteries for a certain length of time, just not very long? Or are there certain key systems that are... It's Claire running at a very, very high speed. See if we can catch up with her. Where's she going? Nope, she's so fast. I can't keep up with her. Oh, there's the other engineering types. So no running. Yeah. So will... I would have thought things like the warp drive would need the fusion reactor to be running in order to be powered. I wouldn't have thought the battery, or question mark, I suppose, are the battery capable of running that, but for a limited amount of time? Question mark. Okay, so the high voltage systems, here we go. Dan says, the high voltage systems, weapons, shields and engines will feed from the reactor directly. If the reactor dies, then they will need to charge capacitors from the batteries and can only work in short bursts. Okay, so that gives you the ability to manoeuvre a bit if your reactor's out. But you kind of need the reactor to work primarily. Okay, that's kind of nice. Gives you some options again. It does look amazingly good, this. Let's go downstairs. So, oh, there's the chicken again. How did the chicken get into engineering? There's a fire extinguisher there. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of people hanging around the engineering console here, which is never a good sign, is it? So Julia's here. Claire is here as well, trying to figure out what's busted on the ship. So I'm having a look at these sort of things and thinking there's some red lights. Okay, so all the ship's lighting and low voltage stuff will run from the batteries. Okay, so that's okay. So lighting, low voltage stuff, that makes sense. Okay, so feels like we've definitely got some onboard problems with the ship. What do you think, Julia? Have you figured it out? Maybe how did the chicken get into engineering? Fly across the other road. Okay, the reactor feed on the main bus is reading 0 volts, so that implies that it's not getting any power. Let's have a look. So where? Oh yeah, it is as well. So, but it's everything's connected down here. External feed is off. What happens if we connect the external feed then? Okay, so I've connected the external feed. Has that done anything? I really think we should have somebody who knows what they're doing down here, to be honest. Adding a post-it note reading work, damn it. We'll see if that helps. Good suggestion. So Sean, the chief engineer, is running around. Right, so reactor feed is off as well. Let's connect that. Oh, so you can only have one of those at a time. I'm just going to randomly jab buttons. Oh, now I've disconnected everything. Okay, that was the start capacitors. I have no idea what I'm doing. I think we need a competent engineer. Sean, do you know any competent engineers? Okay, well that switches the lights on at least. So something in the engine room is very much busted. The start capacitor is what you use to kickstart the fusion reactor, but the reactor seems to be running. Yeah, I was going to say the reactor appears to be running. So press the D throttle button. So reactor feed, that's saying live load 0, voltage 0, amperes 0. There's no load there. Looks like the cable supplying the main bus from the reactor is broken. Is that something we can fix ourselves? Dan has the knack. I feel like the green light is off on the reactor feed. I can see a green light there. Is the flux capacitor fluxing? Well, it appears there's definitely some fluxing going on. Yes, I think it may be badly fluxed, unfortunately, or possibly totally fluxed. Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. That's definitely going to happen. Is that Doctor Who, isn't it? Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. Hang on, the word neutron is key, I think, in this. So I'm just the captain. Adjust the tachyon boom. So I think we've got all the right people working on the solution to get the ship working again, but for whatever reason, we appear to have no power. Oh, I see. The cables are static right now, so if they break, you can't fix them. I shall. Okay. Dan's going to reboot the coolant pump. I'll be in my ready room. Get my ship working again, crew. I'll leave you guys to figure that out. I have no idea what any of that was. And the captain shouldn't know, should they? The captain should just be dishing the orders out. You know, it's up to engineering to figure out what's busted. I can't even figure out how to get out of engineering. That's how good I am at this. Where are the doors? I think I'm on the wrong floor. There we go, there's the door. Captain goes and gets a cuppa, yeah, exactly. Beatings will continue until the power situation improves. Exactly right, that's how it should be. So Benny Dodd is doing some stuff. And we appear to have fused the ship. There we go, deck F. Captain gets lost. It is, I mean, interesting enough, the ship, I mean, that's an interesting thing, you know, on a half serious note there, Glenn, is that it's not a very big ship, but it's big enough that you can easily get lost in it. Even though I'm sort of vaguely familiar with the layout now, it is a thing, isn't it? So according to this, look, we're still travelling through space, so something's working. Are we draining the batteries then? How long until the batteries are dead? Okay, so maybe we should take the ship out of warp drive and save a bit of battery power then. Before we get completely and utterly marooned in space. Let's do that. I'm going to take the ship out of warp and conserve power. Yeah, I was wondering about a colour coding for segments, you know, so starboard left, sort of starboard front would be one colour, or maybe forward, rear, starboard, or, you know, I don't know, bow, stern, port and starboard might have different colour coding. Looks like Andrew's already on the case, so he's taken us out of warp. Okay, that's good. Save us a bit of energy. I wonder if we've got enough power to take us back to Sol, so that might be... Let me do that. Okay, we're good for 5 hours. Let's get back to Sol. Earth then. Maybe they can help repair the ship. Okay. So Dan, set a course for Earth. So yeah, so actually thinking about it on this, take us home, that's right. Yeah, quite right, Mr. Grober. What would be quite useful on this pad here then is some basic status indicators. So what I'd like, I think, as the captain of the ship, it would be to see things like overall amount of power available, shields up, shields down, status indicators, things like that, current target coordinates, maybe things like a few kind of what we in the business world would call your key performance indicators or something like that. Or you have a tablet on it that has the same sort of information. That would be quite cool as well. So, as well as a few buttons like that, having a few kind of key bits of information. So there we go. That's the emergency lighting. So condition normal. Let's leave that back on. Okay, so we're going back to Earth. We've got enough. The idea of the holo display and that command console is that it'll be able to select the 3D view of any bridge station, so you can switch to a station. Okay, that makes sense. You can switch to other people's views of things. Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. Coming back on Earth. What we call in the RAF the panic panel. Yeah, that's sort of what we need. Okay, so before we... Hello, what's going on out there? Why is OST General out in space? I'm not quite sure what he's doing. He's now gliding. What is that? He's become a small... Oh, he's a flying camera. Oh, he's got like a drone. Oh. So I can take control of a drone. I didn't know there was a drone. So how does that work? Oh, I can fly it around. And what will it fly outside the ship? Oh, it's like a dev debug. Oh, that's quite nice. Is that sort of dev debug camera or something? So we can fly in. Oh, you can do some really... Okay, so that's for Mackinmug. Oh, that would be so good. Yeah, I could have lots of fun with that. So you can sort of fly in, boarding the ship, just the stuff. Oh, you've thought of everything, haven't you, Dan? So that's debug cinematic. That's really nice. I like that. So we can sort of pan to different crew members and then fly. Okay, so everyone's got one. That's really nice, that is. So how are we doing with Earth? Here comes Earth. Okay, so there we go. So there should be enough light actually to see the outside of the ship. So we can... Where is the sun, by the way? Andrew, can you roll the ship around? So the top of the hull is illuminated by the sun. Just roll the ship. I think the sun's underneath us. So that's nice as well, isn't it? There we go. And we should be able to fly outside and see the ship in all its glory. There we go. We've actually got 2 faults and 2 arrays. It's just the contactors on the other are stuck close to the array still. Okay, so we've got damage. Roll the ship a tiny bit more, Andrew, just so the sun's a bit higher. Look at that. Oh wow, that just looks amazing. So we can sort of fly around drone-like using the ship. Oh, it really is a nice thing, isn't it? So, okay, so green lights, don't panic. Amber lights, get ready to panic. Red lights, you should be panicking. Okay, so mouse wheel for drone speed. Ah, okay, so there we go. Oh, so you're going to be able to film some amazing stuff. Look at that. That's the forward view of the ship. Oh, it's going to be insane, the cinematics you're going to be able to do with this. That's really nice. So if I put the drone speed up quite fast, we can pan across the ship quite quickly. Now I need to disable the HUD. Okay, so you can switch off the HUD for full... Yes, yes we like. The green light indicates a failure in the error detection circuitry. There's now a naked bloke on the ship. It's not that kind of starship. Let's go. Oh, I love the way that is such a nice thing. I could be playing around with that all day. Oh, there's the Earth, look. So we zoom across the hull of the ship just to get full scale of plus minus. Of the ship. Oh, that's so pretty. Doesn't that look astonishing? I think Andrew, if you can manage it, you should park the ship above the UK because, yeah, reasons. This is not a game, it's a screenshot. But that's one thing that's nice about space exploration type things. How do I get out of the how do I get out of the... Oh, there we go. I was just wondering. So yeah, so park the ship above the UK because space reasons. I think that is... Oh no, that there is the Red Sea, so we need to fly down. Oh no, it's not. No, you're right. No, there's Europe over there. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong bit. That was the Red Sea, but I thought it was the other way up. You're doing good. Take us above. Look at that. You can see the UK from space. It still exists in the future. This is good. So how do I activate the drone? Was it? I saw one flying about, but how do you create a drone? I can see Dan's house. Yeah, they're in the table in the lounge. Oh, are they? Okay, so I've got to go and get one. Oh, there's one there. Okay, it's going to fly outside the ship. Here we go. Let's have a look at the UK from space. Let's go straight up a little bit. That's so cool. There we go. So I can see, yep. Yeah, it's typically cloudy. Actually, no, you can see Kent. That's what I live about. I live about there. Roughly there. There's about 60 or 70 miles between mouse positions, but there's somewhere in there. No, in stationary, but that's nice. Okay, look, you can see Ireland, you can see Scandinavia. Looks very good. Oh, such a good game. So we're on. Stop putting the emergency lights on. Oh no. Okay, something's busted again. I think that we've got back to Earth. At least we're safe. Orkney is under cloud. Situation normal. Yes, it is. It's up there, isn't it? We definitely seem to have some power problems with the ship tonight, but there we go. It does. Gregory, you're quite right. It's quite a visceral reaction to the way this. I think what you've done here, Dan, is you've hit the nail on the head. We've got a ship that is a nice size, because having a space that is habitable is very nice, and having a ship you can walk around and familiarise yourself with, and as you can see, you can move things around. You can sit on chairs. You can kind of make it your own, and there's even a piano, which works. I just think it's. I mean, and just being able to set off on a mission and go and explore the universe using this. Andrew's read my mind. He's bringing the ship round so we can point it at the Earth from the rear view. So I think all hands to the observation lounge. Time for a drink. Orkney's in the wrong place. Oh yeah, it is actually, yes. That's true. Maybe there's been some plate tectonics in the intervening years, Sean. Or maybe Orkney's heading south because this is 10 backwards as opposed to 10 forward, yeah. I like the fact it's at the back of the ship actually. I think that kind of makes sense. So everyone needs to grab themselves a drink from the bar, and there's plenty of stuff at the bar. So help yourself to beers. Julia can have a post-it note because that's what she's into. There's wine bottles. There are some beers. I think a space beer is what we need at this point in time. So I'm having that one. That's mine. And I'm going to go over to this table over here. Oh, I'm badly shaken my space beer. Dan's sitting there. I'm going to sit next to Dan because let me put my beer on the table first. If I can. Let's hope that beer doesn't explode. It just shot off over there. I'm going to try and put my beer on the table near me. Oh, that probably do. Right, let's see if I can sit next to Dan. Okay, there we go. Can I get... I can't get the beer now. I need to get the beer. This is the important stuff. Right, there we go. Right. I need to put the beer in front of me. Oh. Julia's pinched my chair now. I'm going to have to sit over there. Right. No. Say, yay! That'll do. I've got my beer. It's probably badly shaken. Right, look, is that the entire crew aboard? I mean, that's insane. Look, we're here, hanging out in the conference, in the observation lounge, having a beer, having a wine, whatever we fancy, and the crew is here. Look. So. With no further ado, my friends, alas, the stream must come to an end. But good news. Claire says, good news. The ship's not completely broken. We just need a new aggregator. Excellent. Where's... Yes, we haven't got the chicken. We kind of need the chicken. Where's Claire? Oh, there she is. Claire's over there. Andrew's here as well. Come and join us at the table, Andrew. Grab yourself a pew. There's plenty of space as well. We've yet to find out how many people we can have in games. I think I set the limit at 8 on this server, didn't I? Yeah, I don't think we want to open that beer. That's probably going to be bad. and then I can. Here we go. Look out, external view. Chicken is tonight's curry. That's so good. Oh, I've turned into a bloke. Why have I turned into a bloke? Over there. I'm pretty sure I wasn't. Oh well, I used to be. I used to be a lady. For some reason, oh no, I am again. There we go. That's weird. That's a bit. Must be a bug. There we go. Anyway, we're good. Right. Congratulations, crew. Thank you very much to. Well, first, obviously, thank you very much to Dan. For creating this amazing game, which continues to impress every time we come back and play it. Thank you very much to Mr. Grobo, the first officer. Thank you very much to Andrew Parkin for the amazing piloting skills. Thank you very much to Claire for all the engineering expertise. Thank you very much to Sean for the complete lack of engineering expertise. Thank you very much to Julia for the exceedingly good post-it note operations specifications and protocols, and thank you very much to ODST General Admiral, who I'm not sure what they did, but it's always good to have him along. Adding a post-it note saying "Good stream, thanks Dan, True and Claire." Yes, it's amazing. It's got so much potential, guys. Just keep working on it, please keep working on it. It's so good. All the little things that you want to do and interact with, and all the sort of adventures you can have with a crew of people who really want to get on and play this together. I can see wanting to assemble a proper crew to go off and doing things in the good ship UNSF Eurydice. We'll see how it goes, but it really is a stonking game, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. So congratulations, it's brilliant, well done. And for anyone watching this offline, go over and give them support. They have got a Discord, haven't you, Dan and Claire? So if you're not a member of their Discord, go and join the Discord. There's lots of chat and all sorts of bits and pieces on there. And as you can see, the multiplayer is a thing, and stuff is happening. So yeah, the more power to your development, Dan. It's looking very, very impressive indeed, and can't wait to do stuff, more stuff. The groundwork you've set is insane. The demo is live on Steam right now, so you will all go and try it. So yeah, so go out there and just have a play and see what you can do. It's really, really, really good. I'm super impressed and super excited for the possibilities in the future. So anyway, so from Captain Alessio Verdi and the crew of the UNSF Eurydice, thank you very much. I will take my leave now, my friends. Be good, look after yourselves. I won't be here tomorrow, I'm afraid. My last Star System stream for the time being will be next Friday. Saturday I should be good to do my retro stream, which has been missed for a little while. And next Thursday, of course, is a slightly unusual Elite Dangerous stream. I haven't been streaming Elite Dangerous for a long time, but Elite Dangerous will be doing a lore tour in memory of Michael Brooks. So if you're into Elite, and remember Michael Brooks as the kind of key creator of Elite Dangerous in the olden days, that will be on Thursday. Monday will be the writing stream. That's very true, Glenn. Monday will be the writing stream where the writers from the writing stream will be taking on the AI. So I've asked 3 AIs to write some short stories, and we're going to be pitching ourselves against the AI to see if we can come out on top. So that's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. So let's go. But so yes, plenty of good stuff coming up, and I will see you on the upcoming streams. And so look after yourselves, my friends. Be good. The weekend is not far away. Get yourselves there, and have a great time. Thank you very much again. Be good. Thanks once again to Dan and Claire. That's very, very good. Claire seems to have been jumping all over the tables and knocking the plant pots off, which is which is very cool. Not sure it's the sort of thing you should be doing on the spaceship, but there, never mind. But good stuff. Take it easy, my friends. Be good. See you soon. And venture into space once more. There you go. Claire's jumping on the tables again. Because we'll leave her there. I'm sure she's got very good reasons for jumping on the tables. Oh, hang on. She's trying one more time. I don't know what she's trying. What are you trying to do? Oh, she's trying to do. No, she did a forward roll on the table. Excellent. Now there's something that you need your engineering crews to be able to do. Oh, a forward roll. Can you? I suppose the other question is, can the captain rip their shirt? That's definitely what we need to be able to do. That'd be good. Anyway, be good. See you soon. Take it easy, my friends, and fly safe out there in space. Be good.